CM Punk laying on the ring mat from Night of Champions. What is that?
What?
Oh, all right.
What was what?
What was what? All right. Let me peek there. Oh, I'm gonna have to install that later. Yeah, that's a surprise.
Installing it.
Oh,
I should stop. Yeah, we're pausing that. That's it. Immediately started downloading.
Yeah, that's something for the future.
That's for the future.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Oh, just like, you know what else could have been saved for the future, Alex?
What's that?
Night of Champions.
Dude, okay. I mean, I fully intended for us to kick off today, do the podcast all about Night of Champions right off the get-go, because obviously that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, we're no longer in the era of Saudi being a side quest, you know? The canon events are getting more substantial and consequential now.
Considering the fact that they also got to have SmackDown. Yes, you are correct. It is not a side quest anymore. It's not 2 times a year or like every once in a blue moon like it was prior. We are ramping up the number of times so fast that Saudi gets screen time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Before we talk actually like Night of Champions proper, the first thing I gotta get off my chest is SmackDown and the Doctor of Punkanomics. So initially, I fucking hated it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But I've established a new headcanon after I sat on it for a little bit. And it's that number one, this is not out of character for Punk to do that. I mean, we all remember when he was feuding with Jeff Hardy back in the day, coming out, you know, face paint, whole thing, doing that. Not out of character for him. But I think what I ended up like turning around for me on it was that Punk was just taking the piss out of the whole thing. It felt like he wasn't taking it serious. He was signaling that this is going to be a fucking joke, you know?
Yeah, I think because he knows how much people have reacted to him going to Saudi Arabia after his words. I've seen it a lot on threads. It was all over leading up to Night of Champions. People calling Punk out.
Especially during the kickoff show when he flat out apologized.
Yeah, which, you know what? It's got to be said. Their criticisms are warranted.
Yeah.
As much as we stand Punk, that does not mean we don't, you know, turn a blind eye to things, because this hurts me as much as it hurts any of them to see it happen. Like, voice of the people. Like, what do you mean?
Like, I legitimately would not expect the first thing for him to ever apologize for in his entire fucking career as a wrestler was a fucking tweet about Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. It's nothing against the Saudi Arabian people at all.
No,
the people are not to blame in this. It's the government.
It's MBS. That's who we fucking hate. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah. I just like, because I want everyone to be able to experience wrestling. I think it doesn't have to be WWE. It can be any federation. But I want everyone to be able to have a chance to experience wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just a fun pastime, and it's something, if you can let yourself go in, you're going to have a great time, no matter who's up there, you know, in the match, or who's up there giving out a promo.
I think what this really speaks to is the success of the sports washing. It's worked. Like,
yeah.
Unlike the war on drugs, this was totally successful.
I think because it's more cheeky and fun, like good shenanigans.
Yeah. Not like those, you know, evil, sad shenanigans.
Yeah. You know, like the shitty place with the with the breadsticks and the weird shit on the walls.
Yeah. Oh, you mean shenanigans? Oh. But yeah, okay. Let's dig in the Night of Champions proper.
Yeah. Because for all intents and purpose, like I'm glad that these people get to experience wrestling in general. So
I'm not gonna lie, I was right off the bat, I was counting how many women were in the attendance. I stopped around like the mid-20s.
Oh, you got farther than me. I got to like 9.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any more after 9.
No, I was watching like a hawk, specifically.
Okay.
I would subtract at least 1 from my total after I stopped, just because I like, oh, you clearly are part of the production team. You're wearing a high visibility jacket. You've got camera equipment, so you don't count. But like actual like audience members, you know, there's probably like at least 30 that I spotted on camera. I'm sure there's plenty more actually in attendance that we just didn't see. But that's way more than we saw last year.
Yes, it was like 4. I think I saw
total.
last year. I didn't try as hard to count this time, I would admit. I was looking though, but I wasn't like trying to pinpoint or nothing. So I got to like 9. I was like, okay, I mean, there's more people here than last year. I'm seeing a lot more kids too. I noticed as well, which was nice to see because a lot of them had some really awesome merch too.
Dude, I want to give a shout out to the one dude wearing the Zack Sabre Jr. shirt. I'm like, okay, respect.
Dude, he stood out.
Yeah, he did.
He stood out. There was quite a few. There was that kid that had the Sami Zayn shirt that was on his dad's shoulders for a little bit.
Yeah.
He stood out.
I mean, the crowd was there for everything. They were stoked and like red hot. Only thing I would give them is your what's the word I'm looking for here? Your ability to chant in the right cadence is a little off.
Well, it's not even just cadence. It's you have mixed chants too going on at the same time for both people, and it happened a lot. But it was very noticeable for this very first match.
Yeah. Oh God, Randy and Cody, King of the Ring tournament final. I wouldn't say this is their best match. Both of these guys like have another gear that they can get into, but you know, no disrespect to them at all because it was solid, well worked, excellent storytelling throughout, and kind of hinting that maybe the Cody heel turn is coming sooner than anticipated.
Okay, so I feel like it can go one of 2 ways with that, and we'll get to it when let's go through the match though.
Oh yeah,
because like right off the bat with the entrance, you got to put the fans here on par with the Europe crowd. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everyone there hit decibels that you only saw in Europe prior. I mean, everybody was excited. Especially for Cody's stuff because there's always like cue markers that's really easy in the song for people to follow along, where they can go right back into the chorus and everything. Yeah, and then you're following that up with Randy Orton coming out, and I'm sorry, but everybody sang more with Randy's. They may not have been necessarily as loud, but Randy's music doesn't always go as loud as Cody's does. So it was really fun to see because I'm watching these like 8-year-old Saudi Arabian kids who very likely this is the first time they've ever been able to go to a wrestling show, like a true wrestling show like this. And it's just a fun experience to see the light in their eyes going, this is not on TV. Like, I'm here.
Also,
so
super excited about the old school Randy pyro on the entrance. That was so. Before we get even farther, I got it. Why does only Saudi get the money for the bespoke stage?
Right.
Like, why don't we get that on the other shows, on the other PLEs?
I feel like because there's like, I don't know, Alex, like 6, maybe 9, maybe more zeros. That might have a reason. Yeah.
Fair point. But this in WrestleMania, I want more thematic staging.
There's another reason why I think so too, though, because this is a stage that's going to stay there. Yeah. This is not really going to change much for when they have to come back. It's like it's already there. They can set it right back up. Might be configured differently, so it doesn't look exactly the same. But I have the feeling that this was like a long-term purchase.
Well, I mean, they set up a whole WWE experience like theme park there last year, so why not? I mean,
it saves money long term, especially if, as we're talking about here today, Saudi Arabia is no longer a side quest. It is part of canon now completely.
No.
This is not optional.
They're making a case to renew that contract for another 10 years probably.
And honestly, if these kids are getting to watch WWE as well as get to see it live, they get to have that little bit of culture from outside of them to see things a little like how other people are just like them, just other everyday people. Like one thing that I feel like wrestling does really well that a lot of people don't realize is how it connects people from all walks of life.
Well, it follows the classic structure of the hero's journey with endlessly. It's the most basic storytelling of good versus evil. It's it's fundamental stuff that can connect with everyone. That's why it's so successful. That's why it works, worldwide, and that's why it'll never really die out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you got the perfect mix of traveling stage play and carny bullshit.
Yeah. Oh god, there's always carny bullshit.
Yeah, and everybody gets to connect to it. Like, that's one of the great things about this is like long term. I hope that a lot of the Saudi people get to see like, hey, we're all the same.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
God.
And we can all have fun with wrestling, especially a match like this, which was maybe not the best match they've ever put on, but it's literally a solid fucking match.
Yeah, nothing, not taking away anything for them. I feel like they were just leaving gas in the tank for like an actual title,
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere to build to, not just throwing it all out here.
You don't always need the craziest match to tell a story. I feel like there's a lot of storytelling in this without having to go as crazy. And we still got crazy though. I mean, we got a off the top rope Cody Cutter.
Yeah.
We got a transition from a RKO to or the beginnings of like a DDT rather into a Crossroads. We got a Crossroads that got countered into an RKO.
I mean, we got the tease of the punt.
Yes. Well, technically an attempt. Let's be real. It was an attempt, everybody. Technically. He did kick.
He gets a little bit closer every time.
We knew going into this that was not going to connect.
Yeah.
Or it better not have rather. But it felt good for him to be like, again, storytelling. We didn't need the craziest moment, but we got a lot of storytelling of him fighting those voices in his head saying, no, you could literally see it. He didn't even have to say it out loud. Cody's my friend. I don't want to do this. And then the voice is winning and he going, wait, yes, I do. Okay, I'm doing this.
It's fucking Norman Osborn in the fucking mask from Spider-Man. That's what it is.
Dude,
it's talking to him. It's the voice in his head.
Good. It's so well done. I love it. And you have someone like Cody who is going to help you tell that story.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. Which is why this is like a great match at the end of the day still.
At the end of the day, if anybody's going to take the punt, I believe it could be Cody, just because he is carny enough to fucking sign up to do it.
I was going to say, he would literally want it. He'd be asking for it. I bet you behind the scenes one day we'll find out that he did beg for it in this match.
Oh,
and they in backstage told him no.
Yeah. God, I really
imagine.
Dude, that's gonna be probably like a year from now. Let's say. Let's say it's like a year from now when either one of them is champ again. And that's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, there's so much theory crafting I could do with this. But we still got a great match at the end of the day with this.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know about you. I think I might be speaking for the room here, but I think we all knew who was going to win this match.
Like, I would have been fine with either one of them winning. I anticipated it being Cody. I wasn't anticipating so much of the story being like, okay, Randy's back is hurt. Let me target the fuck out of that. And like there's enough there to make me bite on the belief of there being a double turn when it comes to him and Cena facing off again.
So here's kind of the idea I had now that we're at this point, because this is where what I saw too. I saw the same thing. He started targeting his best friend's back. I was like, oh, he's actually going for weaknesses now. Before, he's just been kind of playing the game, but not really giving it his all. And now that he's targeting, okay, there's a problem here.
Yeah.
And that led in, I think, more into the storytelling of why Orton got overcome by the voices and went for the punt, technically, because he was getting tired of that shoulder blade, basically, or just below the shoulder blade, getting attacked.
Yeah.
And it was showing at marks too. Like, don't get me wrong, like he was bruised there. Like, there's gonna be a big old knot. But this could have gone either way for at least the first 10 minutes.
The first 10 minutes, absolutely. I do gotta say, I think we are underrating Randy's ability to sell. He was doing a fucking bang up job on the night, just like putting in the work, making it look believable. And God, like Randy's always just been naturally talented, but this like last couple of years, he's just stepped it up so much that it's like, bro, you were just like taking it easy the early days, huh? Like you were just coasting on natural talent. Now you've just like refined.
Yeah. Cody did the Cody cutter off the top rope.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there's when it's with someone like Randy, you see that happen now.
Yeah.
Where it's not just him going off the rope. He's going up off the top turnbuckle. With someone like Randy, it's safe enough to do it.
Yeah. Like, did you see, like, I was surprised with Cody's balance on that top rope because it looked like he just hovered there for a second, spotted his position, targeted Randy, and then went. Like, I didn't know, like, Cody had that level of, like, actual physical presence in his body to be that accurate, that long. And, like, I'm like, dude, when did you start studying lucha?
For real. And again, props to Randy, because the second half of that move is always dependent on the person receiving it at that point.
Yeah,
to
totally
get in position to bring the other wrestler down safely. This is such behind the scenes talk. Oh my god. Yeah, we never really do this, but this is one of those few times where you're getting a move that would be extremely dangerous to do with someone else potentially, but not Randy.
No, he's an old fucking pro at this.
Yeah, well, because he can bring you down to land on your back correctly, because that's the big issue.
Yeah. And
then you yourself smashing down and having it still look believable without hurting yourself. Like, there's a lot going on in that move.
Yeah,
and you only get a fraction of time.
Yeah, it's insane. And just one of the things that Randy's like shown that he's one of the best at. The other is his fucking power slam. It's so fucking awesome. I love the fucking torque he gets on that. Him and Samoa Joe are the best scoop power slams in the fucking business ever.
100%. That would throw my back out every time. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know how he does
every
it.
time.
It's all
I don't know how dude, seriously. Like, again, this may not have been like a S tier match from both of them.
No.
This was a solid like 4 out of 5 though.
Yeah.
Like you got the work, you got the storytelling, even all the way up until after the match ended. You still had storytelling. With now, this is where my theory comes in now. Okay.
Yeah.
If they decide to do a Cody heel turn, Randy's doing a heel turn with him.
Oh.
Because of that moment at the end.
Yeah.
So for any of you who didn't get to see, at the end, Cody gets up, because he's won the crown, and they're holding his hand up and everything, and they bring a microphone in. And he starts talking, and the very first thing he does is congratulate Randy Orton for the match they just had and the amazing wrestler that he is. And just fucking basically gets on his knees for the guy.
Yeah.
Just gobbling. Worth it, though. Worth it. And it was Randy's kind of smug look at the end that was kind of like, okay, we're still together.
Yeah.
Like, we're still tight. So, and I feel like that moment of him losing to his friend Cody. Ooh, hello.
That's a Walsh.
It's a Walsh.
Well, howdies.
Oh,
welcome.
brother. You're
Yeah.
joining in at the right time. We're talking Night
Yeah.
of Champions.
Maybe.
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 I
We're
have
in
a
the very first match.
Yeah, I have like the perfect question to drop on you joining in because I've been like waiting to drop this. But with Cody winning King of the Ring,
Mhm.
how bad and how specific should he get with the King of the Ring? Like, he's got to have like his own custom like crown and like cape and whatever shit. I need it.
It should be a combination of his mask and crown.
I knew it. See, I was gonna say the same thing. I was
Wear
gonna
the
say
fucking skull crown shit. Yes.
Mhm.
we're gonna see the Skull Mask return the Iron Man kind of one, and it's gonna
Mhm.
have the crown.
I was.
Give me the evil Ash from Army of Darkness.
Ooh.
You know, wow, Walsh, you have not been here, and you literally are already talking about what we're talking about with the idea of a heel turn for Cody here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like with the end of how this match ended because of Cody. Did you watch? Night of
did.
Champions? Okay, so you saw how Cody was attacking Randy's back and pinpointing that spot just below his shoulder blade where it got hurt. Especially
Well,
after
be
the
more
turnbuckle.
specific. It was on the TV.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yes, Cody won.
I feel like it was Alex same page here, but like is very much hinted at that we might be getting a Cody heel turn here.
That could be fun.
My theory is that it's going to be both a Cody and a Randy Orton heel turn, so they're still friends.
See, that's a possibility. Another one that we could also see turning Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's a guarantee.
Don't you say
actually.
that. Don't you say that. Sami
Nope.
Zayn's a good boy.
He is.
Yeah,
Right
well-
now. Right now.
Well,
Maybe.
you remember when we all found out that Spider-Man was holding his punches?
You think Sammy's doing the same?
Mm-hmm. I do actually. Yes.
Uh,
I think that's the reason why we have Zombie Zayn.
Yeah.
And him just be able to continue to go on forever because he's literally holding back. He could he's probably literally the One Punch Man of wrestling, and we just don't know it yet.
I mean, we'll get to that into his match later, but let's get through some of the other stuff because we had following men's King of the Ring. We had the Riyadh Boulevard street fight, Rhea versus Raquel. Look, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say
No, go ahead.
one thing right off the bat. If you're doing a fucking street fight, I want some like theme specific gimmick shit. Not that it's a bad thing. I just want it. That's all.
We kind of did.
All right, yeah.
We had Batman themed gear in a sense. Both women kind of dressed like Catwoman, whereas one of them kind of also did a little bit of Joker style makeup.
Yeah. I mean the
There wa-
like jack-o'-lantern face on the gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
I'm not saying it was good.
no.
It's just the theming that I saw. Because okay, I got a story about this, boys.
Okay.
Walsh, you're going to be hearing this right now for the first time, and I'll explain more off camera later on because I don't want to go into too much detail. But Grandma's back at home right now,
Fuck yeah.
and we have a nurse that stays overnight each night, and to stay with her in case she needs anything overnight. This lady comes over last night, and we're watching Night of Champions all together because Grandma hasn't been home and hasn't been able to watch wrestling, and one of the things she wanted to do was to be able to sit down in her chair and watch some wrestling.
Hell yeah.
I have converted Grandma completely. Okay,
My
so-
assumption is the nurse is not ready for this.
No, this poor innocent woman, this poor sweet innocent woman who is like my mother's age, right? Has only ever her only recognition of wrestling is from the 80s. Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's it, right? This is when she came over, was when we were watching this match. She came in at the very beginning of it. She was petrified by what the women were wearing to begin with. She was petrified when the stairs got ripped up by Raquel.
Yeah.
She was petrified when the table got pulled out. She's like, what is she going to do with that? Wait, no, she's not going to prop that up, is she? No, don't pull the legs out. What is she expecting to put that other lady through that table? I was like, yeah, actually.
What tables are for.
Or as platforms.
And then we get a moment where Raquel throws Rhea into the stairs while they're in the ring, and I'm going past the point from the outside of the ring where the stairs almost fell on fucking Raquel, which was hilarious, by the way. But I was the only one in the room that noticed it. And she gasped and put her hands up like this.
Perfect.
She goes, "No, her brain, her brain."
Oh, yes.
She was terrified. And then they set the fucking table up on the top rope, and they start climbing on top. And she goes, "No, you can't do that. That's not safe. That's not safe." And I'm like, "Is the ref holding the table up? Because how the fuck are they climbing this thing?" And then you see the hand come into frame for a moment of the ref's hand, and it's fucking hilarious. And she's like, they can't do that. They can't do that." And then Rhea grabs Raquel in that way that kind of lets you know right away she's gonna do a riptide.
Totally.
And I go, "Oh shit, they're actually going to do a riptide off the fucking table? Like, no way. This is going to somehow fail and Raquel's going to counter this. There's no fucking way they're going to do this." And she goes, "What's a riptide?" And as she says that, Raquel puts her fucking arm up to get grabbed for the final bit of it. And you know how that is with Rhea. The moment your arm goes up, it's locked in. You're going. That's the tell.
Yeah, put on your seatbelt. You're going for a fucking ride.
Dude, and fucking Raquel did, dude. This is the best part of the match, in my opinion. This was a good match. That was a surprise for both parties. This was a really good match. This woman screamed. Grandma laughed. Grandma just laughed at her for screaming. And I'm like, "Grandma, you can't laugh at this woman. She's never seen this type of shit." She is a nurse. Her first thought is the injuries.
Well, yeah. She's like, "Oh, that's a contusion. That's internal bleeding. That's a concussion."
I've worked the ER. This is terrible. They're going to have so much work ahead of them.
She asked me, she was like, "How bad is CTE in this field?" And I was like, we and my friends actually make jokes about the amount of CTE that probably happens still.
Yeah. It's a lot better than it used to be. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. This woman had not seen wrestling since the 80s. Since she was like our age, okay, or a little bit younger than us, right? Our age now, a little bit less than that. So all she remembers is like the big steroided up dudes just freaking pushing ham on each other, right?
Yeah, just the
like she doesn't
monsters slapping meat,
dude, for real. Like she doesn't know about how women's wrestling is like top tier right now compared to men's, and she doesn't know like about the crazy antics that people do in the ring nowadays compared to back then. Like for her to see that, she literally forgot that it's wrestling and that it's like storytelling and everything. Like, don't get me wrong, this is all crazy shit that no one could really just do. Like, you have to be a well-trained person to be able to do any of this stuff. But at the end of the day, the point is still to keep each other safe. So she knows that as a nurse, but she got so into the match and got so into wrestling that she forgot about all that and could only think of the injuries.
That's kind of perfect then.
It was adorable. I just remember turning to Christine. I was like, she is so innocent.
Yep.
She is so innocent. Like if she got to see the Lucha Brothers go up against fucking Young Bucks
in a steel cage.
In a steel cage with a shoe full of tacks in it,
exploding.
Like, dude, like there are so many injuries she could have seen and didn't see. And this was the only match she watched because Grandma got tired after this one. She had to go to bed.
That's fair.
Because it was like 9:30 by that point. But it was hilarious.
Oh, man. Now, I gotta say, highlights of this match was just unique use of plunder. Like you mentioned, the table on the top rope like that, love that. It was wonderful. Also, the cover from the announce table being propped up and then being put through it, Love that. That was a blast. Haven't seen that in ever, it feels like. Just, I got to give it to them. They had so much fun just coming like, what weird thing have we never done? Can we try?
Yeah. I mean, when Roxanne came out, to
do nothing.
The nurse. To be fair, though, I didn't say why the hell is Roxanne out here, like I would with Candace usually. It actually seemed right, like because she does feel like a part of Judgment Day now, especially with how conniving she could be,
and
like
wearing
this
the
character
Judgment Day colors.
Yeah. So I didn't like sit there and ask like why the hell she come out. Like it actually does make sense thematically, but she wasn't needed. Like Raquel had that shit locked down. She didn't need her out there. I think they storyline wise that was always written in, but I don't think anyone expected how over the top these two women were going to go for this match and how ham they went for this match, where having Roxanne come out and do antics almost pulled away from it a bit.
Yeah, and I can understand why they do that, because it's like a 50-50 chance with Rhea and Raquel when it comes to their matches. Either they're in perfect sync and their chemistry is great and it's an awesome match, or it's just off and sluggish and kind of boring, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like this was one of those matches where you actually got to see Raquel show off the skills she really has, because a lot of times I feel like she's not trying.
Yeah.
Like, and it could be the character. It could be the character that she's playing right now, that this version of Raquel. It could be that. But after seeing this match, it's like, why don't you just do this more often? Because holy shit, like you would have a belt on you right now. Like not a tag team belt, a women's championship belt, like a singles run.
She's close. I think it's just maybe it's a health thing, you know?
It could be.
Like she has good days and bad days, you know?
This was like between the two, she had everything to lose in how she showed in this match, because Rhea is always on top. She has no bottom that people will care about.
No.
And how she does, because they still love her. With Raquel, though, she has to really earn back favor with how long she was gone. Goddamn. She looked the best out there, in my opinion.
Oh, totally.
Whether it was taking bumps or giving them, like, she was a powerhouse.
When Rhea took off her belt and started whipping her with it, she was just running away from her, and then she got trapped in the corner on the turnbuckle. That was like probably a key highlight for Raquel, and just on her doing the little things extremely well. Like just all the credit to her for doing something that good on the night.
S tier, like
wasn't a big moment. It was a tiny bit, and it worked.
Well, that's the thing. That when you care about the little things, the big things look better.
Yeah.
So when we got to the point of finally getting to where the table actually got used in a way where none of us expected it, it was understandable. Because first, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a mistake of her. I thought she was supposed to go through the table that first time where Rhea countered her. But then I started realizing, oh no, the table's meant to be there still. Like that was meant to happen. Okay. A lot of this makes more sense now, how we're leading to this point. Like the storytelling was amazing.
1,000%. I thought that table was gonna be broken during the Razor's Edge spot. I thought Rhea was gonna put her through the table at that moment, and she didn't. I'm like, oh, we're doing something different with it. Okay, fine.
Yeah, the lead up we got to it was amazing.
Yeah.
This was an S tier match. This was like a perfect match.
It was so much fun. But this does lead to more stuff with Roxanne and the Judgment Day in a fun way that we can keep developing this. And I guess we're not just throwing away the women's tag titles, because it's clear as day. Okay, Raquel and Roxanne, they're going to freebird rule it while Liv is out on injury, and we're going to keep going with the Judgment Day, building off of this in its place. And I'm good with that.
I am too. Even though I don't think we needed Roxanne out there,
no,
I think it was still fun.
I think it was good use of the world and like the lore that they've built to, have this little moment in there. Like it makes it feel more like a lived-in universe.
It's reaffirming the overall story.
Exactly.
Like, hey, don't forget about this piece.
Yeah, still using the characters that we have, not throwing things away and forgetting about it. You love to see it. It's just plain simple.
and it could still lead into storytelling wise of Roxanne kind of fucking things up for her partners in Judgment Day. She's basically like a wrench in their system right now.
Have her be the reason they lose that tag team belt right before Liv comes back.
Yeah. Have them defend it at Evolution coming up next month.
Yeah.
Successfully, and then have them get like screwed out of it and
Lose it at like SmackDown or something.
Yeah, a random SmackDown a couple months from now. Yeah.
You lost to them? You're garbage.
To like the Secret Hervis or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. 1000%. Yes.
I just got to give it though to Raquel again because, god damn, she got to prove in over there why she's considered a monster in the women's division. That was like literally the perfect showing for her. So
for
like,
her,
kudos.
1000%. Another great showing. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Now, not perfect by any means, obviously, but
No.
Karrion Kross showed up, showed out, and put some fucking credence to, you know, people wanting to see him wrestle and do some shit more on TV, not wasting his opportunity, and doing a fantastic job of playing up his character more than anything in this.
So I have to ask, boys.
Yeah.
Who is like a villain that you think of when you want to overcome almost like a Superman type, like a Boy Scout type? Like you don't want, in my head, it's not a villain that is equally as strong or anything. It's someone who might be strong still, but is more using their brain and everything, and more overcoming this type of superhero by making them fall.
So Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. I feel like Karrion Kross
Brainiac?
is,
Ooh,
or Brainiac too. Yeah, because these type of like villains, I believe, is what Karrion Kross is trying to be at this point. And I feel like the most Boy Scoutish Boy Scout in WWE right now is Sami Zayn.
Ooh. Yeah.
We know
Cody's right up there with.
But we know Cody has a dark side, though. We've seen with previous times of him in WWE where like it's still memorable. Like same thing with the Usos. We have a more recent memory of them not always so clean. Whereas with Sammy, it's once the ska music hits, it doesn't matter anything done in the past. Like you just love the boy.
Like it wasn't that long ago that he was feuding with Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania, and
which
was going on about conspiracy theories. Still waiting for that documentary, Sammy. By the way,
but you know what I mean, though. Like he's very much like Scout type for a lot of people. Like he's like endearing. He's someone you look up to because he's always like in your corner. Yep.
That's just what he is.
And sometimes you have to make them look human again, and you need some baldy boy like a Brainiac or a Lex Luthor or a me to which actually, by the way, Karrion, if you ever actually watch this segment, you need to shake your head, brother.
No, his hair is great.
You
He's
gotta
got
go.
Fantastic hair.
Oh no, better bald cap it.
Oh, like all of the Pitbull fans that show up to his concerts.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
See
Bring
the
it,
bald
come in.
caps.
Make sure it's wrinkled on the front here so it doesn't actually fit right because you have actual hair.
Yeah.
That's much better.
He's got to go long ass mohawk and do the Liberty Spikes. So Sami Zayn comes out to ska. Oh yeah, hard punk, motherfucker.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
I guess what I'm trying to say is this version of Karrion right now feels like the perfect counter to Sammy, where he doesn't have to beat him to overcome him. He just needs to make him fall from.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Like, let's face it, like this version of Karrion Kross kind of exists to eat pins at the moment, but that works for his character because he's just like, I'm just here to kind of like, you know, fuck with you a little bit, you know, be a little devil on your shoulder, get that anger.
He can come out and say, "Oh, I planned on getting pinned in that match," and you almost believe it.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
And,
No, that was the plan. Like, what was it?
Well, I think to some degree, though, yeah, because now that he's kind of been cut free of his previous team, because most of them were were let go, unfortunately. He's kind of had to focus more on every chance he can get on the screen to do some storytelling for his character, and I think he's really achieved it.
Yeah, I mean, a good chunk of those have been during commercial breaks on Netflix, but we see him later.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those a lot of people are still talking about, though, whereas before we weren't really talking about Carrion that much. We were more begging for something to be done with his character.
I think we were just getting bored with the whole Final Testament. And it was like, oh, it's these guys again. Why are they here?
Well, 3/5 of your team. Ooh, that sounded bad.
No. No.
When a majority of your team does not speak on camera,
No.
like, what are you supposed to do? One of them, like, it's just like you get the impression he's too old to speak.
Oh, God. Name a longer lasting duo than Derek Baring, Paul Ellering for being old. Jesus.
You're my
look,
boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Was a perfect moment in this match. And that was the finish. Like the Sami Zayn Haluva kick out of nowhere and fucking Karrion Kross dropping like a sack of potatoes for the pin was a perfectly executed finish.
All right. So those of us who have watched too many awful videos when someone gets hit in the head and maybe is either no longer with us or is just sleeping for a little bit, they don't go backwards and go flying. They drop like a sack of potatoes, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
And it felt so real. For a moment, I'm not gonna lie to you, and this is how good the selling was on Karrion's part. So bravo to you, brother.
Yeah.
I literally thought he took one to the chin, and I was like, oh, he go night night.
He went night night. He go
because the way he dropped, the way he dropped, that's like how it happens in real life when someone takes a dome shot. I was like, yo.
He told Sammy before the match, right at the end, really do it. I can take it. It's like, I don't think so, man. Like, no, do it. All right.
Oh, what an ending! Like, because this was still a great match. Like, this was still a solid match from both. Like, it didn't need to be amazing. It didn't need to be amazing because that finisher is what everyone's going to remember.
Oh yeah, totally. But the real question is, okay, what do they do next? That's the important thing. The execute and the follow up on this is more important than this match ever was.
I do have an idea of what I think should happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Karrion needs to talk with Sammy again after the fact now. And be like, see, you proved my point. You're willing to hit someone as hard as you can. You're willing to go that extra mile. If you want that belt, you have to let everything else go and play more into this, like, almost not necessarily puppet master, but like pseudo puppet master. Like, he's basically dialed up. You have to dial your charisma to 11 to be able to get the ska boy to fall from grace, and I feel like we're getting to that point.
God, we're almost there.
I feel like Sammy will have a belt before the end of next year.
Yeah,
either the heavyweight or the undisputed, one of the two.
I feel like a lot of it got sidetracked by Kevin Owens' injury.
Yes, it did. Especially, I don't know if you boys listened to the podcast with Cody, or Cody's podcast.
What do you want to talk about?
Owens. Yeah. Because
Sponsored
it wasn't really
by
revealed.
WWE, Whitley Vodka, and every other fucking sponsor they can get their hands on.
Anything else they can put Cody's face on.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice.
Yeah. I mean, that bottle looks nice.
It does look nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice, that interview, actually. I really enjoyed that. It was really fun.
Kevin Owens is fucking fantastic in a candid format. You cannot take that away from him. He is one of the funniest motherfuckers with a camera. It's just flat out undeniable. It's a law of nature at this point.
I feel like he kind of let us know, like, yes, you all were kind of right. We were about to have like a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn storyline that was going to be awesome. And unfortunately, this injury that got realized during that ladder match came to light, but also good that it came to light now because he can get it fixed, and maybe we'll get that storyline in a few years potentially. I feel like this is the right time to not only have a heel turn for Sammy, because I feel like there's a lot of heel turns going on, but this is one of those that's impactful.
Oh yeah. And if anything, there's a consolation prize in my head for Kevin Owens in the future, and that is Kevin Owens taking over as a GM of one of the brands. Because
NXT.
Yeah, Kevin Owens' character trait of being the only wrestler in the world with a memory in the old days, and the only person to ever understand the tropes of wrestling, was a perfect foil for being a GM.
Because he broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, exactly.
He knew how everything worked.
Yeah. Can
He
you
was
imagine
Deadpool,
the power he could wield with that? Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Dude, okay. All right. Did somehow 2K25 kind of foretell Mutiny, but instead of it just being him holding the belt and doing that storyline with the creative character, it's he's actually a GM, and we get like NXT Mutiny because he becomes the GM.
Maybe they're working together.
Hope so.
We'll find out when they do the Netflix series, the WWE Untold or something like that, where they're doing the fucking behind the scenes documentary series. We'll find out then that they're all just working together in the writer's room.
I can tell you I'm as likely to see that as I am to watch LFG. Light fucking guns.
Dude. Okay.
Legends and
Future Greats.
Future Greats. I hate that fucking name.
I've watched a decent chunk of the first season. I'm gonna ice cold take here. The best moments are the ones that aren't works, where they're literally just like actually doing like legitimate training and coaching is the best moments of that entire show. The rest of it's a fucking work and it's just more, wrestling bullshit. The real stuff is actually super interesting and entertaining.
Yeah, they keep ramming them frickin' commercials down my throat.
Yeah.
Like it's a big old girthy one. That makes me not want to watch it even more. I'm not gonna lie. I just can't. Okay, audience, peek behind the curtains here. Derek's not really a big fan of reality TV because it's scripted. Yeah. This is just it's going to be scripted. The only reality TV that I'm willing to say that I watch, and it's a guilty pleasure, is literally 90 Day Fiance because of how much of a fucking train wreck that is from beginning to end.
My girlfriend is currently on her phone with her headphones on watching Love Island right now.
Okay, understandable. Yeah, that one's also a train wreck. See,
I don't watch old episodes of Wipeout.
That's a competition, sir. That's not a reality show.
That's not reality show.
No, that's like
real
watching
competition.
American Gladiators.
Hey, that's reality in my head. It goes in that category.
Like, if it's also going to date us, and if it didn't feel so bigoted to watch, XQC or whatever it is, MXC, yeah. It feels so bigoted now to go back and watch through that. You could still watch
Tanahashi's Castle. It just doesn't have the dubbing.
Yep, I was gonna say, I'd rather watch the original with that. But yeah, also not reality TV, competition.
Yeah, it's a real competition, obviously.
Speaking of real competitions, Alex,
we had the United States Championship on the line with Solo versus Jacob Fatu in a pretty standard match. I'm kind of upset with how little offense Jacob Fatu got in throughout this match before the fuckery happened. I think that there's a precedent set for this, and apparently Solo Sikoa levels up whenever they go to Saudi Arabia because he can't lose there. He just can't. He wins every match that he's had in Saudi Arabia.
I know.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! It's just here's the real reason. I think Jacob was never meant to hold that belt long because he is too much of a fucking firework to stay that low on the roster. He is about to go well and beyond Solo and the rest right now, and how fast his trajectory is, real trajectory, not like forced on us like Roman was in the beginning.
Yeah.
This man's gonna have the heavyweight belt before you know it. I'm not even kidding.
I'm booking him in my head to beat Cena. He's the one to beat Cena and take the belt back.
God, okay. That's I
That would be
believe
good.
that. I believe that. Now, my problem is like storytelling wise and headcanon for me.
Yep.
There's two, I guess three technically, but two obvious choices that to me I would love to see take the belt off of Cena. And I've already explained them before, so I don't really have to go into detail. But Randall Keith Orton, because I think that would be fucking poetic.
Totally.
And Ron Killings, also because it would be poetic.
There's another one that will not happen, but I'd love to see them try and figure out a way to make it happen and work. Heartbreak Kid, come out of retirement, beat Cena
to save wrestling.
Yeah,
and then he relinquishes the title,
and
then we get a tournament on who gets the title.
Yeah.
And then they get to milk more money out. Don't listen to us, WWE.
How slow of a match would it be if we got Cena and Triple H?
Unfortunately, impossible.
I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that we're actually ever gonna get that. Unfortunately, but if we could, though,
it would go for a week. It'd be a week-long match.
Yeah, the intro alone for Triple H would take 12 years. It would be Travis Scott's 10 Travis Scotts to the 12th power.
Yeah, it would start 5 miles outside of the arena or stadium, wherever they had it.
Yes,
yeah.
He would have that Terminator
walk.
exoskeleton again, but there'd be another one that he would shed out of and have a littler one that he'd be in
while riding a motorcycle.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would take forever. There'd be so many explosions. You would see Penta two-toe dip it right next to him as he goes by.
Oh God.
Kurt Angle would come back and you would see him just freaking ankle locking someone so hard as he walks
Angle
by,
slamming him on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Undertaker's just pushing a casket by in the background.
No, his younger wife is pushing his casket.
He's riding in it.
Yep. And he comes out.
Yeah, he
like right at the end.
Yeah.
Right at the end, wearing the old school gear with the hat and everything.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, Triple H was like, look, I know people keep chanting for one more time. Literally, if I do one more time, it will be the last time. I will die in that ring if
he will literally die. Yeah. He literally can't anymore. Yep. Yeah.
So don't
with the medications and stuff he's on. If he were to do,
yeah, it's not worth it.
The fact that we still have a buff Triple H is okay enough for in my book.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah, and he's buff still. He's a beefy boy.
What is dead though is Jacob's U.S. title reign, because we had
all the shenanigans
and a new Tonga. Wait, what's it's Tala Tonga is Hikaru's name, right? So I'm sure they'll get it correct by the time Raw rolls around tonight when this airs, and Michael Cole has the official name for him, and it's not some sort of Tonga.
Tonga.
Who cares? He's 7 feet tall.
But Patanga.
Yeah. Oh man.
I the fact that you needed so many to come out and stop Jacob Fatu is literally what's telling about the idea that he is just fucking shooting into the clouds right now.
Dude, fucking Solo is burning through so many fucking Samoans this year.
I know, but I think that's the point.
I guess there's one he hasn't called upon, and that's Roman, because Roman's shooting Street Fighter, so we're not gonna see him for the rest of the year.
But that might be how we get him back, though, is Solo asking him to come back and do it in a friendly way, and not at such a like, "Hey, join me or die" way.
Maybe, I don't know. I just want
because. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I just want Solo to keep ratcheting up his fucking banter and shenanigans, because that's the best version of Solo we've ever seen.
I was gonna say literally the same thing.
Yeah,
I want to see Jacob go all brains and build a team of his own to take on Solo. Be like, hey, Jay, Jimmy, little family time. We gotta put your little brother in his place.
SmackDown, I think it was SmackDown. Or was it Raw? Where Jimmy came out to help Jacob.
He did. He returned the favor.
There's
they
a
had a
small
little moment.
foundation there to build off of.
There was a moment there at the end. So yeah, Walsh, I think you're onto something, brother.
I think it'd be hilarious. Be like, no. He's all gas, no brains. Actually, he's quite smart and put together a team of exactly who he needs to take down every single one of those people.
And then we get Bloodline Wolfpack.
Dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Avengers LA. West
Hell
Coast
yeah.
Avengers, baby.
Well, if he's the Samoan werewolf,
Mhm.
he's gonna need a mummy, a vampire, a swamp thing.
Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster, thank you.
Yeah. Who else?
I mean, Frankenstein kind of was the monster.
Well, yeah, at the end of the
Well,
day,
technically.
But
yeah.
he didn't, like, the monster didn't get, like, an official name, so it got nothing
It's-
else to go.
Yeah, and that's why everybody mixes it up and calls him Frank.
Yeah, it's just what happens.
That was a
Right.
fun little factoid that I don't think I expected to come up in the podcast today, boys.
Not today, no. Another thing
Learn
we
something new, everyone.
Yeah, one thing we didn't definitely expect was the Queen of the Ring final, Asuka versus Jade, and unfortunately, one of the worst pins of all time.
Yeah, this is where we gotta go downhill. 'Cause I love
Right?
both of these women so much. I think Jade has a lot of potential still.
She's had it for years now, waiting to see it get developed and capitalized on properly.
I've been in her corner for a very long time since
Whole
I
time.
saw her in AW.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like, Asuka's back.
Yeah.
Why would you not have Asuka take this?
It's
A woman who
good-
has defined women's wrestling for a while in WWE.
Because it puts Jade over more if she beats Asuka.
yeah.
True, but
I mean, if Asuka beats Jade, okay, Asuka beat Jade.
but we're
But
in a
if Jade
world.
beats Asuka, it's like, oh, okay, Jade actually can be a threat.
We needed the match then to get to that point. I don't think we got that necessarily because, like, it was okay.
Mm.
It was an okay match.
It was
Like,
alright.
it just it didn't get me to the end point. Like, it wasn't believable. I still feel like Asuka should have taken this match.
Yeah, I feel like the whole point of Jade going to WWE that got us excited was like, oh, well, now she'll have the opportunity to get more time in the ring, further develop beyond just doing, 2.5-minute squash matches on AEW and doing a fucking killer job of being, different, this era's Goldberg,
Yep.
She can learn better proper form and get the foundation stronger, and she can get more reps in on, like, a live event tour and shit, and it's just not really happening.
No, I'm sorry. I watched this match. Like, how did we get to Jade winning? Like, Asuka was. No, trust me. I know how we did. I'm just being a dick. But I just feel like we have this perfect storm of the return of Asuka,
Yep.
and I'm sorry. I had to.
Title card.
You son of a bitch. He's starting to have to use the freaking closed captions
Mhm.
portion of editing so he can find those more easily, so he stops missing them. Because he puts the cut in and then forgets to actually add the dang thing.
Oh man.
But no, I feel like we were at this great moment to have Asuka be the one to take this kind of away from Jade. And have Jade have more of a reason to take the belt off of Naomi once Naomi takes it, inevitably, from Tiffy.
Yeah, maybe. They booed Naomi. Okay,
I know.
and like, why?
But you're technically kind of supposed to. She is a heel.
I
It's just hard
guess.
to boo her because she's so fucking good at this character right now. It's hard not to cheer her.
It really is. Like, they've done She's doing such great work as a fucking heel that I never expected her to do. And God, I wanted them to have something to do with Io. That's why I wanted Asuka to win. Was just so Io would have something fucking to do.
I have damage control implode by this, like the rest of it. What's left of it?
No, it backstage reports are like they're doing nothing with damage control. It's fucking dead in the water. Nothing's ever happened.
That's how, but that's how you kill it though, and be like, hey, everybody, just so you know, damage.
No, we get no resolution, and we like it. Okay, that's what
fucking bullshit. It was
no, Derek. This is 2025. We've already moved on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
No one's really talked about damage control other than us, probably. So
yeah, more than anybody ever talked about Pure Fusion Collective. That is.
Hey, you gave me points for remembering them.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you points now back because you remembered them. All right?
Yep.
Whilst you get no points. You didn't say nothing about Pure Fusion Collective.
Oh.
Say something. Hurry, get points.
Get
title card.
Motherfucker.
That's what's points.
It is.
Oh God. All right. Let's just move on.
You know what might get points?
What?
Fusion
the
Frenzy?
main event.
Yeah, the main event. CM Punk,
Fusion Frenzy.
John Cena. Just fucking goddamn.
Title card.
He had to get one in there.
I did. I had to have my own.
Is this the worst place in the calendar and location to have this match? Maybe not, but it sure felt like it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We're halfway through Cena's final year, right? This is the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
We've burned through now all of the top legacy matches.
Mm-hmm.
Randy, Punk, Truth twice. I don't know who we have really in the tank that we can credibly say is going to take it off of him.
I don't want to say
Sami Zayn on a heel run.
Yeah, maybe
I would love
be
that.
happy with that. That'd be great.
I hate what I'm thinking.
Oh God. Get it out your chest. Get it out. Verbalize it.
What if we got a unification of the belts again? With
Gunther? Oh, Goldberg. Fuck.
Don't you put that evil on us.
Goldberg's beating Gunther. I'm sorry, boys. I'm saying I don't want this to happen.
Why
I just
are you
know
saying this?
Because it's already been written. I didn't write it.
Can we acknowledge on Raw the sit-down interview with Goldberg and Michael Cole, and for some reason Goldberg walks into an interview with Michael Cole at 11 and just being pissed off and hating everything and ready to rage for a fucking interview with goddamn Michael Cole? Why are you angry at Michael Cole? He didn't do shit to you.
Because Goldberg said he wanted a cheese Danish and a large coffee waiting for him when he got there, and it was a blueberry Danish and a small decaf. So mad about it.
All right, you know what? I'm actually kind of back in Goldberg's corner here for a moment.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good point.
I could live with getting my Danish wrong. Okay, yeah. I could live with that. That's fine. You don't get my coffee wrong. We're done. I'm at 11 at that point because I was already needing to wake up, and now my anger levels have boiled over.
I mean,
I am about to do the dirtiest spear to you that will literally lead into me kicking you in the face and ending your career.
And concussing yourself.
That too, yes. Yeah. But you know what? I need a little CTE in return. It's the only way I can have these powers. Which is why I think we're going to get a belt.
God, I don't want it. Almost
and
as
then
much
both
as
of them taken by Randy.
Yes. Okay, yes. And it counts for 2, so he gets closer to breaking Cena's record, so we can just move past this whole fucking side quest. All right?
Okay, jokes aside, I do believe they might try and do sort of small storyline with Goldberg after he takes the belt off Randy or not off Randy, off Gunther.
Yeah.
At a Saturday night main event that's coming up, and it will fail, and then someone will immediately take the belt off of Goldberg.
Oh, you mean like Seth with his Money in the Bank briefcase?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Okay, let's talk about the main event. Okay, let's fuck.
Okay.
Walsh has had a brainwave.
Yeah. All right. What if Seth comes out to take the belt off of Goldberg,
Mm-hmm.
and he has Bronson Reed, do the splash on him, and then gets him speared. Goldberg could die.
That'd be amazing.
Well, if he also has Braun Breaker out there, you could do spear v spear and see who's safer. Mm-hmm.
After that spear of the Penta through midair, I'm gonna give it the Breaker.
Same here.
Great.
That was pretty safe. That was pretty safe, but looked
pretty safe.
freaking disgusting.
It looked amazing. He folded him like origami.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That was some teamwork. They did real good on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The closest to that I've ever seen is when Goldberg did a spear to the ring post.
I think
bent
it
it?
was Charles Robinson that he speared one time accidentally, and it just looked fucking amazing. I can't remember who he was targeting, but he moved out of the way and he just took poor little Nate and just like whoop, whoop, like that, cut him in half. It was the best one ever.
You know who would have died from Goldberg's spear?
It was that.
I Show Speed.
Well, yeah.
Because he did not fold for Breaker. But Breaker kept it as safe as he could. Goldberg's not safe.
No.
That kid would have died.
Yeah. He would have collapsed like a dying star.
Yes. Or he would have become a dwarf.
Enough tangents. Punk, Cena, main event. All the credit in the world for them up until the end, where we got just this like WrestleMania 40 set the standard for overbooked finishes, and that's all we're gonna get from now on. It feels like of just let's get as many people out there and just do things for the sake of doing things and getting reactions for the sake of getting a reaction, and then kind of folding it back into something of actually making sense.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like, in some ways, originally how this match went at first, but it kind of made sense after I kind of skimmed through it again.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really weird. I don't know. Like, you got like heel Punk again, essentially.
Yeah.
Versus, essentially, not 100%. Just in the way you got like old school Punk, mocking Cena and everything. And then you had people cheering for Cena a lot, almost like he was a face again.
That's been throughout this year. Like, there's
it just
mixed
it
reactions.
It felt like old school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it felt like we went back to like 2010.
Pretty close to, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not surprising. Probably one of the better worked Cena matches so far on this last run. I'm just so many fucking holes and things happening for the sake of creating a specific moment. Like Seth coming out with the briefcase and his whole crew, but not coming out with a ref, only so he could signal for Charles Robinson to make that sprint down and then get just fucking chucked by Cena, which, don't get me wrong, great moment. Logically, doesn't make fucking sense, Seth. Why are you coming out there with a briefcase and not having a ref at your side already if you intended on cashing in, you dumb fuck? But that's just what it is.
Yeah. But that was to lead in more with, like, kind of getting a rivalry back, reignited again between him and Punk in many ways.
Sure, why not? It's coming at sacrificing both of LeBrons, both Reed and Breaker, unfortunately being ineffective muscle, really, at this point.
Yep.
They do things very well, but unfortunately they don't get the upper hand at the end of the day, so why are they here?
It's kind of the vibe I've been getting too, Alex.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of in storyline has been kind of poking fun of, like, this is Seth's bloodline that he's making. I kind of feel like they don't really have an idea of what to do with this. And it is just like an empty bloodline.
We are kind of sacrificing the momentum of two up-and-coming wrestlers in Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, who are, getting real fucking hot for the sake of getting Seth Rollins over as this conniving supervillain, and it's just not fucking working.
I feel like they really, really, really want to put one of these belts on, like really bad, and force him to be one of the faces again. And I don't know, man. Like, this version of him isn't believable to me. Like, I don't know how we got to this point of Seth being this way. I know what they showed us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe none of it. Like, it's just weird.
Here's what I hate more than anything is the change in Seth's promo style, where now that he's, mask off, full heel, everything is spoken by him in this slow fucking way that just makes it annoying, and it's trying to be like, oh, I'm very methodical and calculating and all. No, you're just eating up fucking time, Seth. You're boring the shit out of me. Go back to that moment just before the triple threat. There was like a weak moment with Seth in the ring with Roman and Punk leading up to their WrestleMania match, where he was pure fucking banter, just a fucking prick and annoying in the best way possible. Go do that again. That was good. That was working for you. This is not.
That could have been a heel version of him.
Yeah.
I feel like he realized, like, hey, I do these, like, I'm a revolutionary, I am, all that, and he does it kind of slowly. He's like, why don't I just do that all the time?
Yeah, the whole time.
I'm just always gonna talk that way.
I miss that week where Seth was witty and smart. I miss that. Do that. That was good. This is not.
I miss the Seth that did the chair shot and all that for Cody, so that Cody could overcome Roman.
Well, yeah, that was
because you had that mix of witty and just badass that worked, like with his antics and with his promo shit. But not right now. It's like, come on, man. Like, I get bored before you finish whatever you're talking about. And look, and I even went slow for a moment. I did a gap. I did one.
Mm-hmm.
He does it throughout every word.
I didn't spend 20 minutes opening up Raw with a single fucking promo that was uninterrupted for no reason. That didn't progress anything.
Could have been a minute long, turned into 10.
Could have been a fucking email.
Fucking goddamn could it have.
He got notes from Shatner.
Shatner did it for the drama. Seth does it to just buffer, build time. Jesus. At least, fucking SmackDown's getting cut down to 2 hours, so we don't have to fill more time each week.
Yeah.
So he's treating it like 7th grade speech class, and I need a 4-minute speech, and I've got 2 minutes of material.
Mm-hmm. Double spacing, going to the thesaurus, using it for every fucking word you can.
Yep.
Yeah, I use the thesaurus because I like to sound photosynthesis.
It's good. Good.
Damn, that was really good. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the 2.5 spacing.
Ooh, yeah. And you got to do that thing where you just bring the margins in just enough so it's not noticeable.
Yep.
Just enough. Look, the great chemistry that Cena and Punk have, undeniable. They're wrestling fucking soulmates. 1000%. This finish bored the fuck out of me. Like, and made me question things. Number one, why the fuck is Penta there? Of all people. Like, what dog does he have in this race other than I want to screw over Seth because reasons? Also, Penta, you're making the save. Not the time to do the Jeff Hardy. I'm going to pause and strut while I'm supposed to be doing a run-in.
Oh, man. I wanted him to be like 3/4 of the way down as like the crowd was leaving. The show's been over. Like, it hasn't made it down yet.
It's like Travis Scott got to do it.
Yep.
I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like they're trying to play off of him and Breaker's kind of feud.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't make sense for him to come out there whatsoever. Like, whatsoever.
Barely a thread for Sammy to be there too.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really think of is his kind of connection with Punk lately.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was enough to use.
Like, that spot could have been taken up by R-Truth for either one of them. Would have made more sense.
I think it would have looked better too.
Totally.
So I think it would lead into the idea of him taking the belt off of Cena eventually.
Sure.
Whether it be by a regular match or just by unaliving.
And he could have been, neutralized by Malachi Black. Or Aleister Black, I'm sorry. Using your AEW name, sir.
Yes, this one might be able to get pinned, brother.
Maybe. We'll see. He's gonna
We'll
have
see.
He hasn't had a lot of one-on-one matches where that's been a possibility, unfortunately, for the people he's sharing the ring with.
Oh, gosh.
Look, the gimmick of the Money in the Bank briefcase, still alive, still adhering to the tropes of taking forever to cash in and teasing cash-ins endlessly. But for fuck's sake, Seth, be more intelligent about it. Neither one of these men were really in a position to be capitalized at that moment, and you just screwed yourself over by taking too long to take advantage of it.
Don't get me wrong. Punk looked like he got winded pretty quickly compared to Cena.
Yeah.
It's because it played really well. Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, it played very well into all of this. But neither one of them were, like, down and out. Like,
no.
There was no reason to do this. And not only that, like you had said before, why didn't you bring the fucking ref with you? Like, if you were actually serious about this, you would have brought that motherfucker with you. You wouldn't have cared about Charles running down.
No,
the smart move would have been you and a ref hide under the ring. And as soon as you hear, like, oh, the match is pretty much over, sneak out, turn in the briefcase all quiet, like, and be like, I'm going to go pin him real quick and sneak up on him. You stay here.
Or while they're celebrating the win, attack him from behind.
Yeah.
Do it then.
Hit him with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Basic stuff. Not so much the architect anymore.
No. Not really a revolutionary either.
No, never really revolutionized jack shit.
Maybe go the Roman Reigns route and, just shut up and have Paul talk for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Paul Heyman's great on the mic, and it's a fucking criminal travesty that he's getting less time on the mic now.
I was going to ask you about that. Why did they pair him up with him? Gonna fucking talk for him. Like, what is happening?
I don't fucking know. Like,
all he's doing is being like, hey, Seth has some dogs that he's gonna let loose and let off the leash if you don't run away right. Like, that's all he's done, and it's only been a couple times. Like
Paul Heyman was effective as a mouthpiece for Roman because Roman was never fucking there. Seth's there every fucking week. What is Paul Heyman there for?
I'm hoping we get a backstab and Paul and Breaker go on their own and he just backs Breaker and brings him up.
I'm great with that. That's perfect.
And we could do bits where Breaker's trying to do Steiner math and Paul's like, hold on, let me handle this. Hold on, you just stop.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just have him turn on Seth. Seth turn to Bronson Reed and be like, help me. And be like, no. I kind of want to see how this one plays out. I'm going to sit over here in the corner and check this out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll tsunami someone afterwards. We'll see.
It's Seth.
Loser gets a tsunami. Put that out there now.
Seth starts putting blood capsules in his mouth immediately. Like, fuck, I know where this is going.
Be like fucking Kenny Omega when he took the elbow on the stretcher and just
shot out of him. Dude, hell yeah.
God. Actually, speaking of that, I want to touch on Dynamite real quick and Kota Ibushi's return. Thank God. He's not as good as he ever was, but he's a lot better than the last time we saw him. Kota Ibushi is like not wrestling like a corpse reanimated anymore.
Yeah, actually looked like here's some life in him again.
Yeah, it brought me so much fucking joy.
When you got someone like Trent Beretta, though, like, you're gonna get a good match out of someone still.
Yeah, Trent Beretta's a solid fucking worker, and he's got a great asshole heel personality in him. You believe that dude is just a giant piece of shit whenever he opens his mouth. I kind of love that about him.
Kind of thought that sentence was going to end a little earlier.
Title card.
Perfect. Overall, though, solid Dynamite, not one of the best, but fucking good overall. Couple of key things to take away that I thought were really fucking great was the Bucks fucking with things, especially in the beginning, forcing Swerve and Ospreay to have the opening match, and them not being ready, and Ospreay coming out taping up his wrist and not having his gear on 1,000% was a fantastic fucking touch. Also, great to have Mark Briscoe getting the win and opening up the Casino Gauntlet match, and same thing for Statlander, because both of them fucking deserve it. Hangman main event with Beast Mordos, good, solid, fucking fun shit. Most important thing was something that was not on TV that we got in after the fact was Hangman being helped backstage by the Wills, Ospreay and Hobbs, and them like Ospreay calling for a medic and whatnot, and Hangman reaching up, grabbing him, pulling him close, and being like, he's gonna have to kill me, Will. And then like dropping down. Great fucking build and setting up that fucking Y'all-In match, which better be a fucking Texas death match at this point.
Oh, you know it's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, we might even get like exploding barbed wire.
Nah, not yet. They need to find the proper pyro person first. Haven't found one yet.
I'm looking at him over there in that blue shirt.
I can give you exploding barbed wire. I cannot give you safe exploding barbed wire.
They don't want safe.
Yeah. No, you need. Oh God, who was the Japanese promotion that started the exploding barbed wire matches? God, they did one in a pool.
No, I'm sorry.
There was a fucking Dark Side of the Ring match about it.
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have done that. Nope.
No. Explosives and water bad.
Yeah.
And the fence is like the ring is electrified too, so no.
Yeah, it's so fucking great.
No, thank you. It's why the sparks shoot off you when you hit the barbed wire.
Yeah. FMW. Get the guy who did Onita versus Hayabusa. That shit is awesome.
And if any of you night shifters already knew it, we're screaming in the comments. Shout out to you.
Yes, we appreciate you for that. You should join in the comments. You should also like, comment, share, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends, family. Buy our merch at nightofpod.threadless.com. There's some fantastic new stuff in there, like Latino Heat Melts Ice, personal favorite of mine.
Oh, I'm going to be getting that soon, I think.
Yeah. It makes your hair longer, your skin clearer, and you more desirable to your preferred gender.
Well, Alex, where can they tell us all about those things happening to them when they buy our merch?
Tons of wonderful places on social media at Night Off Pod everywhere. In our Discord, there's a link in the description below, and the subreddit, which there is another link in the description below of this podcast.
Oh, you mean they can actually like go to multiple places and tell us how bad we are at this?
Yeah, they can go on YouTube and share our video and leave in the comments of how horrible we look on camera.
Wow.
Yeah, or they can remix all the title cards. That's fine too.
Do that.
Do that.
Walsh, did you notice that? He snuck that in.
Yeah.
That was a cheeky little title card he said there.
Yeah, dude, you gotta.
That's perfect.
I had to get at least one more title card in there.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. That was good.
Anyway, only thing left to do, boys, is say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Buenas noches, night shift.
Fuck Cena.
But yeah, you know what, brother?
Yeah.
Kudos. Fuck Cena.
Mm-hmm.